Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome to Mahogany Sweets. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you want to. But I came to talk to you guys about the Royals, right? The drama continues from a couple of years ago. It said more has been exposed and revealed since then. So I'm here to give my take if you guys are interested. So we're talking about all of them. Charles, Camilla, Kate, Harry, Meg, William. So as we all know, the queen is dead. And so she's gone. It went over to her son, although the person who she had groomed was William, because we knew it would be a short time, if any time, that Charles would be king, which I'm glad that he finally got his day. You know what I'm saying? His day to shine and be king. And I know Camille glad. But let's talk about it. So what's come out is that William was the one, him and Kate were the ones behind all of this bad and misinformation, lies, as well as truth being told to the public through the European or UK media about Meghan and Harry. He was the one and she was the one behind it because they wanted to compete with them. Jealousy is, of course, involved. And even in my last video, which I'm gonna put that in the comments, people were saying that no, there's no way Harry would be the one that Will would be jealous of. Like, why would he be jealous of him? He's the one that's king. And things go deeper than that. Like that don't, it's people that's jealous of other people just because of their style. You know, like they just are jealous because that person has a style that they carry well and they don't have it. There are a lot of things that will make a person jealous. And although there might be a bit at some point in Harry's life where he might have been jealous of Will, I would think it has more to do with the attention Will was given since he was in grooming to be king, to be ruler, by the parent figures, you know, by all of the people who were around William to aid and assist him as him being the next king. So if anything, I think it has to do with that, if he was jealous of him. But no, in my opinion, Prince William has a lot to be jealous of Harry for. And there's receipts to prove and back this up, what I'm going to tell you. The same with Kate. Kate has waited, like I said, because this is a cesspool between all 6 royals. Kate has waited for her day to be queen, right? But Camilla's queen. So she's upset about that she got to wait even longer. Like, or they always have called her waiting Kate, right? Because she waited and she latched on to Will and waited and waited and waited for him to finally say, okay, you can be my future queen. So yeah, she's very pissed off that she got to sit behind Camille, who was never Charles' wife, and all that. She feels I'm the legit one, you know. And now I gotta wait behind this chick. So she's angry and upset with Camille. Camille has been disregarded and disrespected by all the royals for ever since she ever got involved with Charles. So of course she has the extra grind, and now she's in that position. I would not be surprised if Kate as well as William dogged Camille out all this time, thinking that my father would never reach the crown, is going to me, and who are you other than his side chick? But now we know William has his own love side chick. Like I'm telling you, hot ghetto mess, this family. For anyone who look at these royals or look at the rich and famous, like, oh, I wish I could have their life, and thinking that they don't have the same problems that we everyday people go through, or same drama that we everyday people go through, possibly, because everybody not living a chaotic, drama-filled lifestyle. But in every family, at some point, you're going to have things that create drama, okay? It just comes with family dynamics, rich or poor, royal or peasant. It don't matter. Or common folk, whatever you want to call it, sorry. But so I believe Camille has been getting up under Will and Kate's behind, and I know that they pissed about it. Charles, of course, is just like, hey, I made it to the day. Okay, now you got Harry and Meg. So let me decide where am I about to start off with this relationship. You know what? I'm gonna start off with Will and Kate. Will and Kate dynamics, like I was already. She waited for the longest to have him choose her. He finally chose her, right? So she was expecting, I'm future queen. I got the fairy tale. You know, that fairy tale everyone wants, where they are more so adored and desired and stuff by their husband, their king, right? But for her, it would of course be on a larger scale than that. It would be the nation, and they did not like her. The the European nation did not like Kate, but she was able, I guess you say, in some type of way, win them over. But yeah, she didn't get the fairy tale she thought she was gonna get. Meg is the one who actually ended up with the fairy tale, although she will never be queen, and I'm going to explain to you how. So Kate now is in a marriage and in a situation where her husband has a wandering eye. Mistresses have came all out, you know. The mistress name, crap, I forgot what that woman name is. Did I make a video already of dealing with her and put her in it? In my last video, I don't think I did. But I can't remember her name, and actually it's irrelevant. The mistress don't get no name. So but they say that this latest one, because he's been cheating excessively throughout, he is miserable and not happy with Kate, and she is miserable too and not happy with him. He is not trying to hide his affair that he's currently engaged in. From what I seen, sources are saying that everyone in town, well, now even the world, knows about this woman. He has not tried to hide her. She's actually in their friend group and everything, so that might have come off as a betrayal to her even more than, like, okay, it's one thing to have multiple women that you know do things with out the blue here and there with your revolving door. I'll turn a blind eye to that. But when you're talking about one specific woman over a course of time, you're talking about a mistress now, not a side chick, and you're talking about engagements of an affair. That's a second woman, okay? That is a second woman, a second family, if you will. So yeah, Kate is very miserable and bitter. I believe Kate said, I'm gonna make the best of it. Fine, I gotta deal with you doing all this, but I'm gonna be queen. William is not happy, but this is how I view him, how he looks to me. He looks at me that ever since he was growing up, right, he's told he's going to be king, doing grooming to be king. He has people who he literally at 10 years old, he could grown folks he could step over. I think that he was a snotty, entitled, vindictive, immature, you name it, he had it, man, and that has carried with him throughout life. So he is now a grown-ass man still with those traits: bitterness, entitlement, and just that aura. So I believe that he, of course, bullied his younger brother Harry and treated him like crap, and I think he bullies his wife and treats Kate like crap as well. There was sources that were saying that that Harry actually used to defend and try to be the buffer between Will and Kate, and that when Will would mistreat her daughter, since he was in the same boat, he was getting dogged too, and she was a woman, that he would try to best aid her, be there for her, because they both had the same demon in their life. Just one is it being the older brother who's future king, and the other it being the wife who's future queen. I mean, to a future king. So I believe they did some bonding over that, and some lines may have crossed. I think Harry is a respectable, upstanding man, though. So I don't think he did that. And even if he wasn't a respectable man, that he wouldn't cross that boundary. I think that he also wouldn't because he feared his brother and his brother finding out. Like, no, this dude will kill me, you know. So I think though there could have been some intimacy that had grown between the two, because like it even shows this video of where, as we all know, William is constantly leaving Kate behind. Okay, he don't put no umbrella. If it's raining, he ain't putting no umbrella over. It's actually a video of him with the umbrella over him and her back. Like he literally, tooth to nail, will not be gentlemanly or debonair towards his wife at all. So it showed in that video Harry went and grabbed her. Like, yeah, he won't even wait for her to help her down some stairs and heels. From what I've seen throughout the years, well, before Meg came into the picture, Harry was the one who would go back, get her arm, and carry her down. Harry was the one who would be like, oh, my stupid ass brother, he just left with the umbrella and not waiting on you. Here, he would be the one who would come and hold the umbrella over her and stuff like that, right? So Harry has shown that he's a gentleman at heart, that he respects and adores women, and that he treats women like ladies. He treats them well and right. So he would go and look after her. And this is where Kate messed up. You threw away two allies that you truly needed, with the demon that you got to sleep with every night, and then dealing with the pressures of being royalty and the criticism of the royal instructors, or whatever you want to call them, people. And that's the other reason why I think she's jealous of Meg. Meg truly has the fairy tale out of this. So Harry would cater to Kate. And Kate had a friend in him, you know, a true friend in him. And I think at some point she began to think like, I wish you were Will, or I wish that Will had your personality traits. You speak gently to a woman. You are nurturing and protective of a woman. You're complimentary to a woman. Because Harry, for all intents and purposes, seems like the type who he see a woman, he gonna compliment a woman. So I think that her compliments, they came from Harry, not her husband. Like Harry, the one who noticed her new blowout, noticed her nail change, noticed she lost another 10 pounds in under 70. You get what I'm saying? But that came from him, not Will. Will's very dismissive of her, because in Will's mind, everyone, y'all serve me. I am the catch. I am the king. I don't gotta care about y'all. I don't care about y'all. Y'all here to serve me in whatever capacity I see fit and want. That is how Will demeanor has always been shown to me. So Harry was the one who complimented her, looked after her, was nurturing towards her, and all of that. And I think somewhere she began to fall in love with him. It went past just wishing, oh, I wish my husband had those qualities, to, oh, I wish Harry was the king, the one that was the king and that I had married. I think that she had a sense of that, and I think she had a favoritism over him, and wanted him close by. So when he popped up on the scene with Meg, right, because I would imagine Harry was dating different women, and she would shoo them away. Kate would shoo the women away that Harry was dating. Like, I know you're not anything long term. Basically, this is my man. The same way that some moms will do, or siblings will do, where that person of the opposite sex has now taken on. They're a surrogate now. They're a surrogate mother. They're a surrogate father. They're a surrogate spouse. They're a surrogate child. Like, humans have that nature to do that when it's lacking in their life. They take something to resemble that. So that's what I believe she did with Harry. And she got jealous of the fact when Meg came along, like, okay, no, he has a woman now. So guess what? He's married. he don't have time to be focused on what Will not doing for you. He has his own woman. They're right. He's going to open that door for her. He's going to hold her hand, make sure she get down those stairs. That he's going to compliment, and that he's going to wine and dine. And you get what I'm saying? So I think watching her be able to see him in his full capacity, be a man to a woman, be a Prince Charming to a woman, because that he is. He's so charming. I think that will make her lose her shit. And because you know, having look at me, the girl. I think seeing him actually with a woman, his wife, someone he's in love with, that she can't shoo out the way, right? I think that's what really set her off, because with Harry around by himself, single, when William is out cheating or doing his thing, she has a distraction now. She got somebody who's there with her now, having a drink, watching the movie. You get what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So I think she got jealous as hell. And instead of looking at it as he's not my husband, he's my brother-in-law, that's his wife, let me embrace her, be a sister, be a best friend. She could not do that because she let her jealousy get the best of her. So she began trying to do things to knock Meg down, to say, I'm numero uno. Why am I even trying to say phrases if I can't say them? She wanted to let it be known, like, okay, well, he married you, but boom, 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 put her foot down. Until she noticed Harry wasn't you're not coming before Harry's wife. You know, get what I'm saying? So she just started attacking. Instead of looking at this, I need these two people as my allies, because my husband, the king, future king, is on bull crap. He treats me like trash, and he's messing around with other women. He dismisses me and gives me no attention. And the royal people, the public and stuff, not the royal people, the public and those who give their pieces, writing pieces and stuff, exposés on the royals, they're not in favor of me. I need these two as allies. She chose to screw herself by shitting on Meg time and time again, attacking Meg face to face, as well as using the media. So Harry jumped up, took his woman with her. She thought that she could put enough pressure on Meg to make Meg collapse, which she almost did, and run off herself. But no, sweetheart. Luckily, she did have a Harry who support his wife, and they ran off together. So she screwed herself. She's very miserable. I believe she's also was jealous of the reception that Meg was originally receiving. Right? So everyone was loving on Meg. Calling her the princess and all of that, you know, saying that she had the fairy tale Cinderella. So she got jealous of that, feeling like that's supposed to be me. No other woman should be coming before me when it comes to the royal, since I'm the future queen. And then I believe that William is jealous of him, because William, number one, has lost his hair. Harry still has his. And yes, men care about their hair, okay? And men can be very insecure about that. So I think he's very jealous that Harry still has his hair. I think he's jealous that the people loved Harry, received him marrying well. Except, I know it was the circle of races. Don't get me wrong. I know you had them races over there who was giving Meg and him hell. But, they were received well across globally. They were received well. So they, of course, was him and Kate now, for their own separate reasons, had their axe to grind against Harry and Meg. They're getting all the attention. They're doing their media runs, and doing their, what do you call them, royal duties and stuff like that. And they were knocking Kate and Will out the water, right? They were being considered lazy royals, because as far as they duties, they weren't really doing them, and when they were doing them, they weren't doing them as well. Kate went in, did a interview. It was with actually all four of them sat on a panel together giving an interview, and Harry, well spoken, well knowledgeable, in everything, right? So He's very capable of engaging with the interviewer, answering questions correctly and you know, intellectually. Same with Meg, right? Real well versed in politics, and the plights in foundations and charities. Um, very smart, articulate. So her, same as Harry, very well. They complimented each other, and they were doing their things out there, on these press runs, engaging with foreign people and foreign royalty. I mean, and all of this, they were doing great. Well, Kate doesn't do that so well, and William is spoken well. He's articulate, and he's knowledgeable, right? But his personality does not have a flair. You can tell everything is scripted. Because like, even for, let's say, Meg and Harry, it might be scripted, but they put their own spin in it. It comes off genuine. He did not have the charisma. He don't have the charisma needed. Well, for most men, their wives normally can bridge that gap for them and have the charisma. But she was showcasing herself to not be knowledgeable, not articulate, like not be anything except a barefoot housewife. Like, that was the vibe she gave. Never educated, even though she went to college. She just comes off as not being educated, not being well spoken, and everything. So when she's doing these interviews alone, like before, it's fine, right? It's nothing to truly compare it to. So she was getting by. But it showed videos of times where all four of them was on a panel. Meg is outshining her, out speaking her, speaking with conviction and confidence and stuff. She didn't have that skill set. Like, she barely knew what the heck she was even talking about when it came to freely speaking and engaging in like an interview and stuff. And you could even see that Prince William was embarrassed. He was embarrassed by her. You get what I'm saying? And Meg, not paying attention to her surroundings and the vibe of what's going on, didn't realize that since you're outshining her, she feels that you're one up in her. She taking that as a direct attack, even though you ain't doing nothing but being yourself. It ain't your fault that you're educated, and all those things, right? So that pissed Kate off, made Kate even more mad. And they also said that one of the things that William and Kate initially were doing was dumping off all of their duties onto Meg and Harry. And then got mad, like Meg and Harry took them and was doing their own duties plus the stuff that they was dumping on them to do. But then they got mad, like, oh wow, hold on, we messed up. They're getting all the attention, they're getting all the praise, everyone's loving them. We're basically putting them in a spot to shine brighter than us. So all of that competition and rivalry came out. Well, it was to counter that, they began to attack them even more with having the press for over there dog them two out and just saying all kind of stuff. Any chance they got, just attacking them. And I believe that William is also jealous because you all know that's the other thing. It came out now that Kate as well as Will were behind the stories, being the negative press that was being put out about Meg and Harry. They were behind that. And then when Will found out that their lines were being tapped and they were being surveillance, all the royals, he signs a secret deal with them to accept some money to not sue and for them just to cover him, not pay anything bad out about him. He says, screw his brother Harry. I'm not giving you any money. I'm not even telling you, and I'm not even telling them not to put out stories about you. Instead, you have agreed to give them the stories too about them to put out. You get what I'm saying? So he is a backstabber for real. So he's jealous of Will. Okay. Harry had went off to the army, some branch of the military. I'm not sure which one. But he did exceptionally well. Fantastic. He's a man's man. You know what I'm saying? He's a protector, all of that. So he got accolades and the praise for joining the UK army. So William come like, no, no, I'm king. I should know how to fight. I should have those accolades and that notch under my belt. I don't want him to outshine me and all of that. So William go take his ass and so-called joining the armed forces. When it showed him, like when Harry went and do the obstacle thing for training that they do, he did it by himself. He knocked that shit out. Like he the type, he'd get his hands dirty, right? He'll break a nail. He don't feel he too good for that, and he ain't too soft for that. William goes to do the same thing. He's not gonna break no nail, okay, y'all? It was about 8 guards why he climbed on this thing to just like basically pamper him, like, okay, don't fall, while he's slowly and strategically trying to do everything properly to make sure he don't hurt himself, right? He don't got the gusto. He's not in there the way that his brother was. So he was trying to compete with his brother and jealous that his brother has that innately in him to do, where he doesn't, and he not cut out for it. And he didn't get the praise for it because people mocked and laughed at him when they seen, like, because he even had nerve to say to me, yeah, I went and did it by myself, so I'm proud of myself. Like, no, you didn't do it by yourself. You had several. Oh, I hope did I drop my tablet right here? Like, you had several people catering to you right there, like as if you were a baby standing up for the first time and walking. You get what I'm saying? So like they darn near basically lifted you up for the rope, you know what I'm saying? Had you on their shoulders. So he did not get the same praise. He was laughed at, so he was upset about that as well. I think that William is also jealous of, just like his wife, they're jealous of Harry's marriage, Harry and Meghan's marriage, because it's happiness, it's love there, it's unity there. They're both in love and happy with each other, right? They got the true romantic fairy tale Cinderella thing going on. I think Kate is jealous of their marriage. They're both just jealous of them in every sense of the word and in every area. I believe William is also jealous of Harry in the sense of, not only do you have a wife and you're happy with your wife because he's tired of his wife, but he know divorce isn't an option for him, right? So another thing that fuels William's jealousy is the fact that Harry has a level of freedom that William will never have. He won't never have the option to have, right? It was certain things that was demanded and restrictions put on Harry, but not to the degree they will be of a king, because he would never be king. You know what I'm saying? So he had free will to do things that William could never do, and he had the free will and the gusto to say, I'll walk away from all this shit. I'm going and I'm protecting my wife. So that's the other thing is, Harry in his book Spare and in interviews have been saying that William, his brother, basically always bullied him and attacked him, and he dealt with it. He put up with it. But when you're a man and then now you marry, got your own family, what comes first to a man? His family, his wife, their safety, their protection, their happiness. So once he got that wife, the other thing that pissed Will off is, you can't no longer bully me, and you damn sure are not gonna bully my wife. You get what I'm saying? You can no longer disrespect me, and you damn sure not gonna disrespect my wife. So he had to look at the fact, William, I've lost my punching bag because he's gotten married to this woman. He's standing up for himself. He's putting respect on his own name. You know what I'm saying? I believe that pissed William off. I've now lost my fall guy. I've now lost my punching bag, because Harry's not taking that shit anymore. He's a grown-ass man. He's married now. And he said, for my family, me and my marriage, fuck all this shit. Oh, my cursing. Excuse my language. Screw all of this. Like, I don't need this. I don't need to be royal or none of that. Because guess what's more important than all of that? Love. Like, the true essence of life and why we are here is relationship with our Creator, God, and relationship with each other. Family first, and then that it outward just from there. But so Harry knows the order of life and what we here for and what's most important, not what titles a person wear, not what zip codes, they live in, not how many zeros are in a bank account, behind a number. Like, so he knows what's most important in life. And he said, I will leave. Don't call my bluff, or do call it. I will pack up and leave and say bye to all of this, including y'all, if you think that you're going to attack my wife, disrespect my wife, put us in danger in any type of way, or me for that matter. So I believe William was pissed off about that as well, because when Meg came in, he no longer had the control over Meg that he once had. Right? So William and Kate had jealousy and were enraged for the same reasons. They both were losing their man. You know what I'm saying? And they both were stuck with the existence that they have with each other, where Harry was a relief to that existence that they carrying. So yeah, to me, it's sad and unfortunate that all of them, that them two, because Meg and Harry weren't the issue, that Kate and Will were so bitter, so evil, so dense, that they didn't appreciate the allies that those two could have been for them. Okay, Kate, you don't speak well. You're not articulate. You have a nervous disorder when you're doing public speaking or answering questions. I would have went, me as a woman, I would have went to my sister-in-law, my new bestie, and said, hey, you are phenomenal when you're on that stage or when that microphone is in your face. Please give me some pointers and some tips. Please give me some pointers. That's my dog, my son came and asked the dog what he barking for, somebody out front. But anyway, then he just left and went back in the house. But I would have went to her and said, you phenomenal when you're on the stage. Please give me some pointers. For some reason, I get nervous and I get tripped up all over my words. Do you know how brilliant and smart that girl Meg is? Meg would have been able to give her the play on, like, whenever you start getting nervous, do A, B, and C. Whenever, if we're speaking together, whenever you feel that you tripped off on a question, do a signal and I'll answer for you. Here, let's go over speaking. Okay, here, pace yourself. Here, pace your answer. Okay, here, make it shorter or longer. Here, say it like this. Like, I would have went to her and got pointers. I don't understand why people be hating and jealous of people who have a gift or a skill set that they don't have. Celebrate them in what they have. Because guess what? You have your own gifts and skill set and what you have that's different than another one. And someone who is great at something that you are lacking in or stuck in, you don't hate on that person. You go to them and you ask them to help you. You get what I'm saying? You ask them that's the benefit of having that person in your life. That's a secret weapon you got in your arsenal. I got this person who's great at this, knows this and that. Now let me go to them. I'm at a place right now where I need what they know or what they're great at. Let me go to them and ask them to give me some training, give me some tips, give me some schooling, go through some exercises with me. Common sense. Now, why are you so dense to not get that? Or why they didn't? Because not even necessarily if they needed them an ally in that sense. Need them an ally that when they're out and about, right, they have nothing but great things to say about, See, what Will and Kate thought was, okay, we behind the scenes in person, bullying and shitting all over y'all. But then publicly, we're going to, the public bashing that we're going to do is we're going to use media to do it. They never expected, they thought that they had Meg and Harry's hands tied because they never expected that they would go and speak bluntly, frankly. No, this is what's going on. This is why it's going on. This is from who it's coming from. They thought that they had their lips nipped and tucked, that they would never go public, but y'all in the public. They just say, we're not going to do it in the public the way y'all doing in public. No, we're going to deal with this issue head on because we tried everything behind the scenes. I'm quite sure there was talks about asking them to back off. I'm quite sure that some of Meg's team went to them. Look, can y'all back off treating and talking to them like that? She's pregnant. She's going through postpartum depression. I'm just adding stress onto her. She's suicidal. You know what that did for Kate? Said, I'm about to stump even harder. That's what that did. From a woman to another woman, you and y'all sitting in your own misery, your own depression. And instead of going and empathizing with her and y'all two being able to bond and build an intimate friendship, you took advantage of that and wanted to kick a person while they was already down even more. That's beyond me. That you got people with such coldness and evil in their heart. Um, yeah. Hey, let's say Harry went to Will and said, look, dude, I got a wife now, and you talking to me like that and treat me like that, please not in front of her. Like, I still accept it. Please not in front of my wife, man. That's making me feel less of a man. You know, that I'm sitting here and gotta, but what Will do? He poked and poked. Like, oh, okay, that's your soft spot. I'm about to dog you out even harder in front of your wife, in front of your missus. Leaving Harry but no choice but to say, no, I'm balking up at you. Not because you know they say that that's when that tussle happened. It was over Meg, and that's when, what he say? Will attacked him because he was just at a point to where, like, no, we're not doing this anymore. What did he think was going to happen? Did you think since you're king or future king that he would never get to a boiling point with you? So now that Meg and Harry have left and they have spoken about everything out, all of Kate and Will's skeletons have been pouring out the closet. Like, they just running to get out the closet. The UK, since they have no distraction now, they should have shut up, knowing what going on in their own personal lives. They should have shut up and let all the attention be on Meg and Harry, whether for good or bad. Let them go ahead and be out there, because as long as they can be distracted about them two, we can secretly or privately handle and discuss our business between ourselves, you know. But no, y'all got rid of them, and now they all up in their butts pouring out everything, and they getting a lot of negative and bad press. Kate and William. But as I said, Harry also came and said it had got to a level for him. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm touching on myself, all kinds of stuff. Okay, I'll have this itching. But anyway, Harry said he's seen the same thing happen to his mother. And I would just imagine, what does that look like for a child to grow up? I'm being raised in the care of the people who destroyed and killed my mother. I wonder what happens to the psyche of a child having to go through that. You know, like how they're feeling. Because I'm imagining that at 8 years old, I think he was 8, I believe, when Princess Diana passed away. So him at 8 years old, aware, y'all just killed her, you know. I'm quite sure she had some talks with her boys. She might have known that that little evil one was already too far gone, that too much of Charles was in his ass. That oldest William. Because William take me as a type who would have even been disrespectful and dismissive of his mother if she was still alive. Like, just pure evil, snotty, bratty, entitled, delusional, all that. But Harry is more softer and gentler, and because he was mommy's baby, you know. But yeah, so for him to know, yeah, I believe that she definitely had talks with them, like, hey, y'all, this is what's going on. When people are after you being attacked, you can get a sense of when it seems like it might be leading to death. You get what I'm saying? To murder. And I believe that she most definitely felt that, which is why she was trying to escape and get away. So I believe she definitely went and told them what was going on. I believe she definitely, hey, if mama don't come back, or if I'm gone soon, you just know I love you. I would never want to leave you. They are doing A, B, C, or D. This is why, as well as I will believe that they witnessed the way Charles treated her, which is why Will sees no problem in the way he treated Kate. He's seen it happen with his father, how his father treated his mother. And he's turned into the same exact man. Where Harry, on the other hand, seeing what happened to his mother and said, I will never not be a husband, be a protector, a provider, emotionally, mentally, as well as financially for my wife. I would never put my hands on my wife that wasn't in a loving and affectionate way. You get what I'm saying? I would never put anyone or anything before my wife. That's what Harry's mind tunnel to. And that's why you would never hear about him or see him treating Meg the way he's treating, the way Will treat Kate. And that's why Kate's really jealous and pissed off. Meg the one with the true fairy tale. Not only that, not only did a prince marry her, he left his princehood. He left his royal life and said, you are worth more to me than living in luxury and royalty. You're worth more to me than a title of prince. You get what I'm saying? So, because it's a lot of men who would be in the same position and no, they're not choosing. They would tell their wife, no, you're going to get through it. I'm going to medicate you up, get you a psychiatrist, get you some friends. You going to deal with it, right? They will make their wife suffer through it. You have a lot of men that they'll say, screw love. I'm not going to even marry who I love because I'm of royal blood and what's called to me is I can't be with you. I have to be with, let's say, another princess or something like that. So that's how you know she got a good one and that it's true love. She got the fairy tale on both ends. The one where, women, what do we be wanting more than anything? For our man to just choose us first, put us before any and everything else. She got that. She got that on lock. So she got both fairy tales. The one where she's her man's world, right? Nothing comes before her. Absolutely nothing. And a princess where royalty came and married a commoner or a peasant, whatever you want to call it. And she had black. You know what I'm saying? Like, so she the fairy tale in every type of way. A white royal married a mixed girl that's a commoner and then left it for her. So I'm hoping that Meg truly married for love, because right, he has shown you what he's about, what's in his heart. You better not have been to just marry that man for him being a prince, because he's no longer there now. But see, maybe her and Kate got their wake up call. You got these gold digging women who want these powerful men, who want these filthy rich men, who want a king, want a prince, and then you get up in there and see it ain't all cracked up. It ain't cracked up to what it's not all cracked up to what it's claimed to be. You know what I'm saying? Kate, you waited on this. You waited on this since you was a little girl. And what you got was a pillar of trash. It wasn't worth it. The only thing that's probably helping her hold on is like, well, at least I can say I was queen. But that's all she getting out of this is one day to be, and she better hope she get that, because Will might flip it and be like, if my brother can do whatever he want, I can do whatever I want. I'm divorcing this chick and I'm getting me a new one. He could possibly end up doing that and she still never see the title queen. You know, if that predates Charles passing away. So yeah, it wasn't worth it. Nothing, no amount of money or title would be worth a man, my supposed to be husband, dogging me out, not meeting any of my needs on an emotional, spiritual, or physical basis. Because Kate probably ain't getting no bean. We just seen where she tried to grab for his hand and he snatched his hand away. He looked at her like, girl, bye. You better get behind me. Like, I felt bad for her at that point. As racist and evil as this woman had been, she's still human, and I empathize with her for that. I empathize, but I was just thinking, like, I hope that it was worth it to you, because this is what you got. You waited all that time, and in your mind, you fantasized about this, and it ain't the fantasy that you fantasize about. And I believe she's like, where's my crown? I'm supposed to be queen. Look at everything I'm putting up with and dealt with in life. But I hope that Meg didn't just marry Harry for that, because he's walked away from it now. He walked away from it because he loves you. So are you gonna be upset? Like, this ain't even what I thought. I'm supposed to be living in a castle, you know, with my titles and all of this. I hope that she wasn't in it for that. Because Matter of fact, I had read the saying where they said the blind girl, she hated being blind and everything like that because she couldn't see anything. And she told her she had a boyfriend. He was blind as well. I mean, no, he wasn't. He wasn't blind. But she had a boyfriend and she would always cry to him about how she wished she could see. She hated not being able to see and all of that. So he wanted to marry her and propose to her and everything like that. And she said something about, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm probably about to botch this up. I don't even remember what that was. But then they say she could finally see. She got a donor who donated the eyes for her to see. And then when she seen her boyfriend for the first time, her fiance, she said, "Oh, you were blind too?" And she said, "I can't be with a blind person. I don't want to be with somebody who can't see." Right? And then he said, "Just do right by my eyes, or just something with my eyes." Like, he loved her so much, he gave up his eyesight for this chick as a gift to her. Basically, let's say it was as a wedding gift. And this chick said, "I don't want to be with you no more. Because you are blind." Like, this is the same man who was willing to be with you blind. He wanted to marry you blind. But now, it's crazy. So, anyway, I just said that. That just came back to my mind just as in the sense of Meg possibly going after him just because he was royalty. And now that he's left the royal estate for love for her, it'd be crazy if she turns around and don't want to be with him now. But anyway, so Camille, they say, is also in the press putting out stuff about Kate and Will. She's selling their stories. I wonder if Charles in on it too. But it's like, it's good for the goose, good for the gander. You reap what you sow. Y'all did it to Meg and Harry. And now here is Camille, Queen Camille, or and King Charles, pitting out stories about y'all, making y'all look bad and spilling y'all beans. But yeah, they said that Kate and William do not share the same bed anymore. That they don't believe they're even sleeping in the same, under the same roof, and that when they see each other, it is for their duties, obligation, which is why she be so happy and geek to see him in shows, and he still be like, "Girl, gone, like, get out my face, I don't want you." Like, this is only contractual arrangement. I'm only right here with you because we both have to be here together. But I ain't say nothing about holding hands. No, okay, that's not funny that he's doing her like that. But yeah, it's so sad to watch that poor baby get dogged out and mistreated, but she reaping what she's sowing, what she sold to Meg, and what she sown to maybe whatever guy she was using while she was trying to align herself to be queen. But y'all tell me what y'all think. I think Charles will probably be king for another 5 years max. Will might end up taking him on out of here. Like, no, I did not say I was waiting after grandma and dad. Like, no. I like, no. So who knows? I think that Charles may come up missing by Will and Kate. It's like, look, let's get rid of these two, because we'll really just get rid of him, because we ain't waiting. This is not what we signed up for. We ready to be king now. And I know for sure that girl Kate probably gonna end up losing her mind. She probably gonna end up losing her mind. Do y'all see how skinny she is? Like, that dude got her depressed, because like, she already, of course, started herself to be a certain waist length, waist size, or as it is. But then it seems like it's on to even more unhealthy state. And I think she's depressed, not eating. I think she's raging quite often. And I think she's crying a lot. Those normally are the two things women do when their heart is broken, or when they're being mistreated by their man. you know, or he turned around mistreating him, and then like, yeah, she's like, I'm ready to be queen, because if I'm not, what was this worth then? What was the point of this misery? You know, hated by the public, hated by my husband, the king, soon to be replaced possibly by him. Not good at these public speaking engagements that I have to go to. All kind of stuff like this isn't worth it at this point. Um, but yeah, you'll be surprised. Some people be willing to go through 100 years of torment just to wear a crown. You know what? Maybe she is one of those kind. But I definitely believe that she's ranting and raving, raging and crying, and stuff like that. Where you about to go? You came out here to play with the dog? Yeah. Okay. So I just wish Meg and Harry the best. They are a phenomenal couple. They are couple goals. Like all these people that y'all be paying couple goals on. When really ain't none of them couple goals. Not even these two. But I'm going to just give it to Meg and Harry. I adore them. I think they're two great people, a great couple. I love Harry. I feel he's a phenomenal man. He is starting to get thin right here. So he didn't miss the Charles curse altogether. So we'll just hang on. He'll catch up with you in baldness pretty soon. Which, yeah, because, right, that's the thing. Like, we'll probably be mad because his brother's the hotter one. He's the hotter one. Hotter body build, hotter face, better hair. But it's thinning now at the top. Of course, Meg is the hotter woman. Right. See, they the hotter couple out the floor. Meg looks beautiful. Looks vibrant and young, where Kate doesn't. Like, she ain't getting no nutrition. She needs some fat on them bones. It'll make all them wrinkles stop showing as much in her face. She looks old. She looks tired. She's not that attractive to begin with. So, evil heart and a not eating carbs just making her look worse. Yeah. But what we're seeing about it, and the monarch about to fall anyway, right? The monarch is about to fall. People are tired of the monarch. Oh, and then like that was the other thing they said that Kate said she treated Miss Biden. Kate and William set the seating arrangements for some event, and they picked the Miss Biden, like I guess they said in the 4th, 5th row or some crap like that. So then they turned around. Oh, that was the other thing. They spent all this time hating on Meg and Harry, obsessed with Meg and Harry, that they were not nurturing their foreign relationships. Neither one of them were nurturing their foreign relationships. So that's all busted up. They say these other royals ain't been paying them no attention, tired of them. So they went to a wedding. I think it was like a Dutch wedding or something like that. A royal Dutch wedding or something like that. And which was the next event where all these royals were at after the other marriage event or some event. Oh, his coronation. At his coronation, they had set Jill Biden like in the 4th, 5th, or 6th row. And the Dutch royal wedding came up shortly after that, and that they come to find out, they said they was upset about it. So they set Will and Kate in like the 5th, 6th row at their event. And I'm like, oh, that karma came around quickly. Because you got some people who look at how another person treats someone and they be like, hey, as long as they ain't treating me like that, I don't care. But then you got some type of people who watch how you treat other people, and based off that, they be like, oh, nah, I don't like you at all. I do care, even though it ain't me. Even though I know you would never do that to me. I don't like it that you did that to someone else. So I think maybe that's what went on with them. They was like, oh, okay, that's a hot story, and it's going around on how y'all picked them in these far backs. We'll put her in these far back seats. Disrespect her. We putting you in a far back seat at our event. Let y'all see how that feels to be just told you're not important. That's basically what they was doing. But I actually honestly don't like Biden at all. I did not vote for him. and would never. And this next go around, still not voting for him. He is. Oh, let me not do a politics on this. But anyway, so give me you guys thoughts. I hope I should have brought my notebook down because y'all, I had notes, but I just was flying off the cuff here. So I'm hoping that I did not. I'm hoping I ain't forgetting that because I'm gonna be mad. Like I'm not doing another video. I'm not doing it over and stuff. So next time I'll make sure I had a notebook in front of me and hope I get all the points. All right, because I had pictures and the tablet right here. Glad I just remembered that. All right, let's see. But I know that, like, for America, we don't care about them royals. Like, that, it does not affect us one way or another, what's going on with them. But I am going to tell you this. I am happy that the queen is, because I'm happy. She was an evil woman, housing artifacts that didn't belong to her, profiting off that part of the human trafficking and stuff, like part of it all. These royals and these governments, they doing it all. Even Joe Biden is part of the trafficking, part of the drugs, part of the all that. And it's crazy because everything that they jumped and accused Trump of from the beginning, they basically was just saying all of our dirt that we doing, let's say he's doing it. So if he come to say I did it, they gonna feel like, oh yeah, his childish brother just saying everything you say about me sticks to you because I'm blue. So it bounced off or whatever, rubber. I don't know, but stop, doggy. Come on, I don't like being lit. So they just was, that's all the maneuver they did, was just take everything that was said about, I mean, that was true about them. They just dumped it onto Trump. Like, it's Trump. Like, let me hurry up and tell them that they're doing it before they can expose me for doing it. But this one right here, that's her. I actually love that hunter green jacket. Taylor, I love that. That's him with his mans. Only time you see him smiling in the picture, it don't be with her. it don't be to her. It be to the camera or the other person you talking to. Okay. This is them from that same event. You see his forced smile. That man don't know how to smile. He's so miserable. Now that's, dang, you actually can tell her is a fake smile too. You actually can tell her is a fake smile as well. This is all for them. Now look, y'all. Look, like I told you. There go Harry. Look, he's holding Meg's hand. And I think the other thing that she thought was like, okay, well, since he got Meg now, maybe my husband will take the cue from him and do what he's doing, right? Nope. Will don't care. Will is got enough space for a whole other person to be between them, and he is not holding her hand. He thinks and cares nothing about this woman, and it's so sad. She's not even included in the conversation. She's looking over at them and in the conversation they having while he's with his brother saying something, and he, of course, got his wife by his side right next to him. That was the waving goodbye. And I wish y'all could see this, y'all. So I didn't do the video. But when they were leaving and going back, when they were leaving from that and they was getting into the car, Will, of course, he walks, gets his doorman, open his door. He gets in the car. He ain't thinking about that girl. He ain't walking to her door. He ain't opening no door. None of that. But Harry, of course, he holding her hand the whole way. He goes to open her doors, let her in, close the door behind her. And then he goes to the other side, let his doorman open his door. He say, no, ain't no other man, while I'm here open the door for my woman, I'm going to open her door. And yes, then I'll let my doorman open my door. William went straight to his door and left his girl gone. But I think he into the swirly, because ain't this woman, this is William younger when he still had hair. Still miserable though, you see that face. And this is chick, she look a little swirly to me. What is she, Romanian or something like that? And you see how he holding her? He happy about this little, he got his hand all around her. He looked like he drunk or had though. He don't look like, I don't know. He confused and he twisted. Come on, phone. What are you doing? Hold on. Don't tell me that's Kate too. Don't tell me that's Kate playing the best friend while he had a girl. Maybe that explains his face. Cause back then he was into her, maybe a little bit as something to do. Oh no, maybe that's why he mashed you right there. Like, look, girl, you know I only hit you up on weekends after 3 a.m. So I think that might be Kate right there, y'all. And they did say she was waiting Kate, that she hung around him. So yeah, she was there for them 8 years while he was with other women and dating other women. Now here it goes, y'all. Now y'all seen where they was on a stage and he did this. Don't touch my hand. Look at this. Now y'all see they're out in public somewhere. She sees the camera. She thinking that she gonna be able to trick him or bully him into holding her hand so the optics don't look bad. Nope. That man looked down. That man looked down, seen that. She went for that hand. He put his hand away. Now look at his face. Look at his face right there and how he put his hand. But just like a little bratty ass child. Ew, no, like that's the way he just did it. Did that. Like he's 5 years old and his sister, or he on a playground and a little girl. He like, no, I don't catch the cooties. You know what I'm saying? Or his sister trying to play with Play-Doh and he like, I don't like how it feels on my hands, Mom. I don't like the texture of that. Like this grown-ass man embarrassed her again. Like that's crazy. He's natural. Like, what is this? What are you reaching for me for? No, my hand can't touch her. Man, he moved his hand like this chick got germs. Like she got rabies or something. Once again, this was a coronation. You think Harry would have not been holding his wife's hand? He would have had her by his side. Never. Pay attention to that. Meg never walks behind Harry. Well, Harry never makes Meg walk behind him. So he didn't hold her hand or nothing. This poor girl. I wonder do it be any point where she'd be like, I want to just smash you over your head. Like, dude, you ain't that hot. You ain't that hot. And now I had 3 of your freaking kids. Guess what? This picture was probably him saying, look, if you keep grabbing for my hand again, I am going to get you on sexual harassment charges. That's probably what he's saying to her. Y'all see her face? Her face is looking like, again. Like she's want to say, again, William. You do this to me again? After 10 years and 3 of your babies? I'm so disappointed in you. How dare you talk to me like that? Move on. Or she probably say, look, if you don't hold my hand, I'm going to screw me another man. You're screwing other women. And it looks like he probably said, go ahead. I've been waiting for you to find somebody else. And she like, really? Really, dude? See, this what they put over in the papers. I am done. So I took those pictures. What are you doing? Are you eating grass? Oh, look like you eating the top of the grass. What, some juice from a burger or something? Or a sausage is down on that grass. But yeah, so that's why I just took the pictures I just showed y'all. It says, Kate Middleton has been suffering from severe mistreatment by her husband, Prince William. And yes, she has. I don't remember what publication this article was on. I just screened, by Derwin's, but yeah, I still don't know what publication. I don't remember. So yeah, he keeps a body length between them. He keeps another body between them, okay? And this time he got that hand with the elbow out, so she knows, do not try and touch my hand. But if I was her, I'd be like, cool, and put my hand around the inside. Like, you showing that elbow out ain't gonna do nothing. No, see, he'd probably elbow her ass. He would probably elbow her. I would not put it past him. I would not. Murdoch Farm pays secret phone hacking settlement to Prince William, where Prince William left his brother out, said he free game. You don't have to pay me for him. You don't have to stop. But me, yeah, stop it. It says the BBC's lies fueled my mother's paranoia. That's what William had to say about his mother. Because as you know, like I said, Harry brought his mother up on what she went through at the hands of the royals and them being the ones to kill her. And he said no. His mother's got paranoid because of BBC's lies. Well, Feud. He said she was already paranoid. It just fueled it. No, that woman was paranoid, but it was for a reason. And a good reason. Because they were out to kill her. And they were. But yeah, so that's what he had to say. That, oh no, nothing about the family was an issue. BBC just was lying, and that just fueled her paranoia, even though he ain't telling you where the paranoia came from. Now, this is what I wanted to show you. You see that? Even though he's engaged in talking to someone else, he's holding that woman's hand. He is holding that woman's hand. Where are you trying to move the bowl with water to? Huh? Champ. Blue, what happened to you right there? Here, y'all want to see Champ. His name is like Blue Champ. I think that's what my brother named him. I'm not sure. They call him Blue and they call him Champ. And I be sometimes forgetting, and I call him Brick, which is his son's name. But see, he holds her hand at all times, and whoever he talking to, look, he gonna turn and introduce his wife. He gonna make sure that his wife is acknowledged, even if she ain't a part of the conversation. William is gonna leave her wherever she may be. He definitely holding his hand. He will elbow her if she touch his hand. And no, he's not going to acknowledge her when someone comes to speak to him, or if he goes and speak to someone else. As you've seen before, he had her walking behind him while he engaged in conversation with someone else. He had her walking person over as he walked with his brother and sister-in-law and engaged in conversation. He does not care about her safety in him. He does not care to make her feel secure, to make her feel protected, important, or any of that. Now, you see this? William, this is what a husband does. He don't take off with an umbrella and leave his wife to either get rained on or find her own, or have his brother find one for her. He shares the umbrella with his wife. And guess what? Guess what, William? He lets his wife touch him. They can touch. And they smiling and happy. You see that? I love it. I love the love. Oh, see, and he did it to her again, y'all. He did it to her again. Let me show y'all. She goes. She put her hand out. I know she got to be so tired of being embarrassed and disrespected and belittled and made to feel like she worthless and useless by this man. This time she got her head down, though. She goes to put her hand out. No, she did have her hand up her head up at first. But anyway, he's engaged in conversation with someone else, not acknowledging her existence like always. And if there was enough room up on the stage to have a person between them, he would have it. He would have it that way. But she goes to grab his hand to like nudge at his suit jacket. He now felt it. He pissed his head down because she want to see what he gonna do. So she turns his way and she like, here, I got my hand right here, baby. Grab my hand. Now, I think he was looking at it like, oh, you're going to put me on the spot in public because maybe this is a different type of setting than the other ones. So she think like, he'll have to hold my hand here. This is a woman desperate for her husband's attention. Having separation anxiety. And he could give a rat's ass. But anyway, so he acknowledged it. Now his head is down because he feel it. He ain't looking at the men no more. He like, this chick trying to get me on this stage. What? She think I won't still elbow her right here? She think I... Then he looks at her, right? So he go from looking to his man's. He feel her touch. He puts his head down. So now he looks at her. Now look where his hand's at. His hand still ain't moved. He like, chick, you tried me. You tried me. And she looking at him now like, you still ain't gonna, really? You gonna do that here? You're not gonna hold my hand with all these powerful eyes to see on national television? And his ass said, nope. Womp, womp, womp. Still with it. He's still with it. But he pissed. He pissed now. He pissed now that she even put him in that predicament situation. Don't try and touch me. As y'all see, he gets pissed off if she even tries to hold his hand. So you can't tell me this man is sleeping in the same bed with her. They are not in the same room. They're not in the same house. That woman, his mistress we all been sitting with, he's shacked up somewhere with her ass. Matter of fact, he might be in the royal house that he's supposed to be in. I don't know if that's in Wessex or Cambridge or where in Sussex. Nope, it ain't Sussex. I don't know where they supposed to be up at. But the royal home that both of them supposed to be in, he's in it. She's not. He's packed her up and got her staying at one of the other royal estates or properties. Stop barking at them. Blue. Stop it. Thank you. Good boy. Good boy. Be a good boy. Okay, so, but yeah. Like, did y'all peep that? He still would not hold her hand. This woman is crying out and desperate for her husband's affection and attention. And he wanted knowledge. The marriage is done. Their marriage is done. This is what I'm trying to figure out. He probably thinks that she'll never divorce him. But this is what I'm trying to figure out. Do you guys think that they just stay married but live separate lives, complete separate lives, only come together when it pertains to royal duties and the children having events or something like that? Or do you think he gives it till he becomes king, and then once he becomes king, he divorces her? Or do you think before then, she gonna divorce him and say, screw this, I've already sacrificed and given up way too much to waste another second in this loveless, abusive at this point marriage? Because this marriage is past loveless, because you can get some where they're still friends, you know what I'm saying? Or like one might be hurt, but they still have a respect for each other. They still embrace the other person, you know? He shows no love to this woman, none at all. And I'm trying to figure out, will they divorce? And if they do, who will be the one who files for the divorce? And thirdly, when it most likely will be. So tell me what you guys think. If you think they're divorced, and if you do think they will, who do you think will be the one who initially put in for the divorce? See, he might be the type of egotistical maniac, because I fear and I feel that he is a sociopath. So he might be the type that although he don't want to look at her, touch her in any regard, he'll be on some, how dare you think you're going to leave me or divorce me, chick? You ain't going nowhere. I will take your head off or something. You know, get what I'm saying? He might be one of those psychos that's like, no, you're going to stay here and suffer. And you're going to stay married to me. You're not nobody. You don't have the right to try and divorce me. You know, you don't leave unless I want you to. And he says to me, it's the type who enjoys making other people miserable, such as how he enjoyed making his little brother miserable. So I believe that he's making her miserable. He is a weak man. He is egotistical and entitled and evil. So he would rather her stay married to him, and just in namesake, to make her and make her miserable, than to ever let her go away. And if they did get a divorce, no, he would have to be the one who chose the divorce. She can't do it. Because if she do it, he's not going to allow it. That's what I think. I think part of me is thinking that she might be the one who files for a divorce. No, I just thought about it. Her parents probably won't even let her do that. She probably has talked to her parents like, look, I'm trying, and nothing is working. I'm trying to repair this marriage. I'm trying to make it happy. Nothing is working. I'd rather just leave them. And her parents like, no, you stay in there until try harder. You stay in there. I think even if she went and showed them the bruises, they still, nope, you stay in there. Because you do have some old school people who like that. Especially when you're talking about royalty. They definitely are like that. But I would say to Kate, no, you need to live life for you, for yourself. And if you're unhappy, you're being mistreated, you're being abused, if you want to leave, screw that title queen, screw all the years you've already invested. You cannot make a man love you. You cannot make a man stay home at night. You cannot make a man want you, and nor should you try to. and I do not spend the rest of your life being miserable and being mistreated by him. And if he's not giving you what you need, he's refusing to even hold your hand in public. Do you know how they're not in the same house? They're not in the same house. He's not giving her no D. A woman got needs, so she's not getting romance. She's not getting compliments. She's not being made to feel safe, secure, desired. She has no best friend, no head, no one to confide in, be her friend, because us women, what do? We come to our man, we confide in him, We have our best friend who we talk to about him, but he's ultimately our best friend, though. We just got that one who we talk to about his ass and what's going on. But other than that, no, he's our man is who we go to tell and gossip and tell about everything that's going on. He's one who we go to when we feeling bad, feeling down. We snuggle up in his arms. He make us feel comforted. He gives us compliments, make us feel desired and loved, make us feel protected, and is sexually intimate with us and stuff. Like, we go to him if we need something open, something moved. If we're just having a bad day and need someone to take it out on, or we go to our man. We have our man there for us to cater to and for him to cater to us and do things with. Like, I'm quite sure it has to have been nice where she like, I want to go see a movie, but I want to go with my man. I want to go out to dinner. I want to go dancing. And he's just in la la land. Like, no, I'm not answering your phone call. If it ain't nothing wrong with the kids, don't call my phone. You know what I'm saying? And even then, he's probably screaming through, like, are they going to die? Are they going to die, though? So then why you calling me? You got nannies. You got any and everything at your disposal. Don't call me. He takes me as that type. And that's what he around there doing. I feel so bad for her. If she's making last-ditch efforts to be on public forums, being embarrassed by this man just for him to hold her hand, I feel super bad for her. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think that she will divorce him or leave. If they do separate, it will be on his terms, because even if she got to the point where she wanted to, her advisors, the royal team, the guys, the answers to her own family, they are going to be dead set against it. They're going to be dead set against it. But like I said, she should have used Harry and Meg as an ally. You could have been a third wheel. Some of the time, they wouldn't have minded that. You could have been a third wheel. He would have stood in the middle and held both your hands. You get what I'm saying? He would have gave you compliments when you seen you, like, hey, Kate, you looking nice today. She would have supported you while y'all talked on the phone, and she tried to sneak you into eating some carbs, and like, girl, what? I can't believe, you could have gossiped and complained about Will bitch ass to Meg. Well, she be like, here, okay, here, eat some of this cookie. Here, try some of this pasta. You get what I'm saying? Like, what? So you screwed yourself out of two great allies that you needed. Okay, you needed them in the predicament you're in, and they were the best people to have. Because guess what? They would have put tons of support behind you. They're both loving, caring people. Harry was already putting support behind you. Him and his wife together would have put support behind. But Meg might have came up in there like, no, screw her. No, don't answer her phone calls. Why she always calling you? She want to try and make you her husband. So Meg could be that type behind the scenes, and I just don't see it. But no, I think that they would have included you in a lot. You would have had someone to give you to speak, to confide in, to give you a voice. Like when all four of y'all out, them two would have spoke up for you, and tried to, help you out, had your back. And they would have talked shit about Will with you. You ain't have to worry about them, them going back to Will, telling them what you said, like any other body, if you did up in that castle, would do. Like, they would have been bashing him right along with you. Like, yeah, girl, we know he ain't shit. What he do that? He did what? I can't believe that. You know what I'm saying? and y'all could have been ganging up on Will. It would have been 3 against 1. Instead, maybe you thought if you hate and acting all of the jealousy and rage that William had with him, with attacking them, maybe she thought that was gonna make them bond and come closer because their marriage had already gotten away from them. So maybe she thought like, oh, okay, well, yeah, we'll come closer. This can reignite our marriage, having fun, dogging these two and selling stories to them and all of that. Well, it didn't. It didn't pay out. It didn't work out like that. Like I said, I would have kept them to as allies for real. And that's what she should have did instead of letting insecurity and jealousy get the best of her. Because you know she was jealous of Meg's skin complexion. Like, Meg got a permanent tan and I can't tan because I'm here in the UK with all these whites and Prince Will said that he doesn't like tans, even though he has a girl that's swirly from back in the day, and even though the girl he's cheating on me right now with looks like she's been out on vacation and taking holiday. And wasn't Will just gone last week? He said, "Why you do these?" He looks to have a tan. Put that together, girl. But all right, thank you guys for checking out the video. Sorry if I held you up for too long, rambling and doing all that. I promise I had said that I was going to work on shutting up, right? Not talking too much. But in these videos, definitely getting to the point. Get to the point, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And I did it even worse this time. My rambling and going on and being unorganized. I did it even worse this time, but I hope that you enjoyed it. Give me you guys thoughts and comments, and have a great day.